Her name was Arisi.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the League of Amazing Adventurers here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. I hope everyone is doing well this evening. Before we get started with the show, a few programming announcements. Stuff like this. Number 1, other shows on the channel. Friday, Calling Chronicle. Saturday, Salt and Sorcery. This week, we're playing Smash and Pass with the Elden Ring bosses. McKenna might join us for that. She hasn't confirmed or denied yet.
I would like to also suggest that we throw in some non-bosses and NPCs because there are a few in mind, though I don't want to spoil them, that I think need to be discussed.
Sure.
I have a question
Yeah?
that is fully unrelated to that stream.
Do you want to join in on it, Coop?
Kind of. I actually don't think I'm going to be available, but
Fair.
am I allowed to be drinking a brand named alcoholic substance on camera?
We can't show the brand, and we're not supposed to drink it out of an alcohol bottle.
To be noted, chat, for all these times, this is tea. This is tea. You can see the tea bag. All those times I've picked this up, it's tea.
Let me just release a written statement right here in the chat that I have never in my life been drinking on stream. Thank you, and send tweet. Oh, I'm being limited. Rate limited. Anyway.
So then that's Saturday. Sunday, Stardew Sunday. That's been kind of popping off. We got a lot of people coming to watch the Stardew Sunday, which is surprising, but I love to see it, y'all. Come and chat with me, hang out. We're going to relax and chat about Stardew Valley and other things going on the channel. Then, of course, on Monday, we have the Strength of Thousands AP. We're in a zoo of ooze. An oozoon lair, if you will.
Technically, it's actually a zoo for carnivorous plants, and the oozes are the menu that has gotten loose.
They're invasive oozes. But we're going to be dealing with those on Monday. Come and check that out. And then on next Wednesday, of course, we have next episode League. So that's all of our stuff. League's coming to an end. We got 3 arcs left, technically. So,
check back in 3 years.
So yeah, check back in a couple of years. Then campaign 2, we're doing a happy little western for campaign 2.
As a treat.
Right, a happy little western.
None of us are playing chaotic neutral characters.
There is going to be no espionage or murder in this happy little western.
Nobody has any secrets.
No one has literally buried people in the desert.
In the desert, you can remember your name, because there ain't no one for to give you no pain.
I feel like I should have gotten that anyway.
I feel like my brain just skipped like a record for a second there.
Right, so that's campaign 2. We're prepping for that. We're getting that going. So keep your eyes out for that. Keep your eyes out for some character spoilers, some cast announcements and such. I'm going to have some fun with that. We'll find out, but other things. But that's that. Then, of course, the last announcement is from the week, basically, of the second week of May until the end of May. We're going to just be doing our tabletop RPG shows, as I'm going to be busy with things
And stuff.
Although we might do a Calling Chronicle live from PaizoCon, which would seem a little bit sacrilegious to me, but
That'd be so funny.
That would be funny.
I triple dog dare you.
That'd be
For those who are unfamiliar, Calling Chronicles is D&D 5e, so streaming it live from PaizoCon would be fucking hilarious.
Well, I'd be doing it from hotel Wi-Fi.
I mean, fair.
But yeah, so fun stuff like that. PaizoCon's this month. I'm going. So after that, we'll have like a big PaizoCon wrap-up thing. I'll talk about all the stuff I found at PaizoCon and all the cool stuff. And I've been I'm trying to organize. There's a number of other Pathfinder 2e creators going there. I'm going to try to organize some fun things between us while we're there to make some content. So keep an eye out on TikTok for that. There may be a Pathfinder 2 related drinking game going up on TikTok. But we have that. Oh, the last thing is, of course, our cast. We have our regular cast of characters with us. We have the person in charge of all the graphic design you see on the channel, Matt. Say hi, Matt. You're playing Garl tonight and eventually Chip as well.
I have been trapped in a time loop. I have played out this evening 5 times already.
Literally so true.
Oh, how does it go?
Will, when the raccoon knocks at your door, don't open it.
That could actually happen.
3 timelines, it did not end well.
But what if this one is the one where it does? Then
You might have the sombrero again.
I love Doctor Strange.
Speaking of timelines in the multiverse, a person who is absolutely amazing and lovely in every multiverse, and an amazing artist, the person in charge of all of our tokens here, and some that you can commission for your artwork, we have McKenna playing Nim.
Hello, playing Nim and Merle. Hello.
And as it occurs to me, I'm going to increase everyone's volume again.
Well, I swear to God.
I did have it increased. We're fine. Then, of course, we have the person who just went to the Bridgerton experience yesterday, Abby of Abby's Worlds of Stage fame. If you want to see pictures, find them on Abby's social. Abby, tell us about the Bridgerton experience.
I wasn't Diamond of the Season. That's all you need to know.
You're Diamond of
So
our
true.
season, Abby.
If I'd watched Bridgerton, I would probably understand that.
So basically, every year the queen picks like one girl who's like the creme de la creme that like every guy should be after for the season. Like she's the most poised, the most
Isn't that a
graceful, the
little
prettiest,
objectifying?
all that. So at the experience, they choose one of the guests to be Diamond of the Season. Usually, it's the most fabulous person. I couldn't compete when the drag queens showed up. So like
They were serving
they were
Regency realness.
good. They had the wig
Shut
and makeup.
Renata Cooper.
And I guess
I hate you
Say,
so
everything
much.
I've ever said is for the sole purpose of getting a like nose snore out of Cooper.
I guess you could say, Abby, they dragged you down.
No.
I just don't know how someone could ever season a diamond. That just sounds like a lot of work, and it just doesn't sound edible.
Crunch.
Then,
Many things edible once.
Crunch.
then of
You may
course,
eat it.
Speaking of
once.
things that are edible ones, we have a Cooper. Head of the Coop Troop.
Full of beautiful
You may
Coopers
eat
only
it.
eaten once.
Once.
Did he grow poisonous or something?
No, but
I'm sure there are a few people out there who would go back for seconds.
Abby! Wow!
Are you implying he's a snack?
A whole meal, bitch.
I'm not implying. I'm saying it outright.
We're starting strong tonight.
we are.
If they go
starting
back
very
for
strong
seconds,
tonight.
I'd be leftovers.
So that's
What?
all of our announcements. That's our cast. Am I forgetting anything?
Mm.
Sometimes I
Not
feel
missed.
like I do. I don't think we are though. So I'm going to roll our intro and then we'll get right into the game. Last time on the League of Amazing Adventurers, our party spent some time in the Salagoza city, having some Salagoza nights and days. After a few events happened, a number of advancements were made. The ship that I am calling Elibus for Elisandra Nimbus.
Yeah.
I like Nelisandra personally.
Oh, that one's good.
Okay. Matt, if you have the Twitch open, you should, as a mod, have the ability to create a poll.
Oh.
I'm just gonna buy out the poll again. I'm just gonna.
See who wants to get on
Yes.
the
You can
Elibus.
make a poll for the ship names.
Let's see.
You just have to type /poll into chat, and then you'll get the
Okay.
stuff for it. But we have that. Of course, also Lynx started connecting with some of the folks locally. They made a friend who was working on some perfumes. They made a friend who was a teacher. Then for Cassandra, Corellia, and Garl, well, they had their days, they had their nights, and there was maybe a steamy massage. Is that fanfic canon? Who knows? But what is
Check it out in
canon-
library lore on the Discord.
What is
Eh?
canon is that everyone in this world owns a pair of leather pants now.
Leather pants.
So for the League of
Assless
Amazing
chaps.
Adventurers world, there are now 2 rules. Everyone is attractive, and they own a pair of leather pants.
I think you did it.
But yeah, you can check out that fanfic, that short story, over on our Discord. Here's a link to that. If you're not already joined, come and join us. Leave your fields to flower. Come and waste an hour or 2. Diddly do.
So true. He's
So-
really onto something.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's-
sorry. Well, I'm not managing to get this poll up and running.
that's
It's
all
fine, y'all. It's we got a game to
We'll
play.
figure it out. But
It might go in the Discord.
that is...
I wear long sleeve shirts under short sleeve shirts under long sleeve shirts.
Yeah, Coop.
That's a very obscure reference. but
Immaculate.
But yeah, so we're going to pick up right where we left off. Another few days have gone and passed. Summer has come at last, and Salagoza is starting to get moving around. People are beginning to be more on the streets, like they're willing to be outside their homes at night again. The Mothman attacks have stopped.
Nice.
Yeah, they sure have, huh?
Yes, there are no more Mothmen swooping in the night.
No more cryptids for the monster fuckers.
I know they're still there, but they're just like, not murdering people.
Oh,
Yeah.
so they're
God, I wish they
fun.
would
All the cryptids are still around. There's still the secret werewolf colony you all didn't find. It's good.
The what?
But we're going to pick up basically right where we left off. So we're going to start with a Cooper, actually.
Hello.
So Cooper, this is the day after this is like 6 days after you had your little Coop talk at the university, the Salagoza University.
The one I tried really hard on, yes.
Yes. And the day is yours. What do you get up to, Lynx? How do you spend this final day in Salagoza?
Honestly, that's a really good question. I think I might want to go check back in with my poor little perfumist friend.
All right. Sure, you can make your way back towards them.
Yeah.
I've been playing too much Elden Ring. I had a gut reaction to the word perfumist. I'm like, oh god, where?
Oh yeah.
So
Slow
Cooper, you come to
throwing
that
fire at me.
basement- You come to that basement shed,
Okay.
and the door has been literally blown off of its hinges.
Off to a great start. Glad I came.
Oopsie whoopsie.
My little fecky wacky.
What would you like to do?
Is the door within sight?
Yes, the door is within sight. It's like been blown off. It's just like lying on the ground, going in towards the room.
Nice. I'll pick up the door and try to shoddily put it back on the frame.
Sure.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
make me a crafting check.
sure. There it is.
Yeah, Lynx, you're able to get the door back on pretty quickly and get it pretty well fixed.
With the door fixed, I will open the door. Not even bother knocking. Making no effort to hide the sound while fixing the door.
Mhm.
And I'll just step in, see what's going on.
Oh, the lab's absolutely trashed.
Okay, delightful. Are there any traces of what may have happened?
Well, there's a whole bunch of papers scattered on the floor. All the beakers and things they had have been broken and shattered. The bed has been turned over. The entire thing has just been turned over and trashed.
Mm-hmm. Are there any signs of like a struggle?
Oh, decidedly,
Kind of a stupid
yes.
question. Okay. Can I try to parse out where they may have left towards?
Yeah, make me a perception check.
There it is.
Yeah, Lynx, with that you're able to find so one of the failed attempts that you all had on that perfume and the caffeine thing that you guys were working on, one of the failed ones kind of made a bioluminescent glow under certain light. And you see basically one of those that has been broken in half, but there should have been two. And then you take that light, you shine it over the area, you can see basically a trail being made out the door and down the street.
I'll walk the trail until I find either my friend or a stopping point.
Eventually you come to basically a very large looking building. In front of it there are two orc guards. They're standing there with big cudgels and nice suits and top hats.
Kinda hot.
They're very dapper.
Kinda hot.
And yeah, it's leading right towards this building. The top of the building, it has in a big wooden sign that's very ostentatious, Alistair's Alchemical Amazements.
I roll my eyes at that.
And,
I'd like
the
to
sign
stealth in.
has a little beaker with it on it that has smoke coming up from it every once in a while.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
I'd like to try to stealth in if at all possible.
Sure, you can look around. You can find what looks to be a window of sorts. If you want, you can make a stealth check.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do it. To it. Okay. Wow, not bad.
Yeah, you're able to find a way in pretty easily. Once you're in here, you find a massive corporate alchemy spot. It's just filled with massive vats of alchemical concoctions being made for mass production.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, though, you make your way into what appears to be a basement room with a locked door in front of you.
A locked door?
A locked door.
Well, obviously, there's only one solution to this. I'm literally the definition of a bastard. I simply must pick the lock.
Okay, make me thievery.
Did you say thievery?
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, after a few seconds, the lock clicks and you slide open the door. And inside the room, tied to a chair, beaten and bloodied, is your gnome friend.
Well, that's not good. Do I see anyone else in this room?
You do not. They appear to be left alone for now.
I want to lock eyes with them and see if perhaps they know that someone else might be in this room.
Oh, they're decidedly unconscious.
Oh, tragic. Okay. I'll step in and try to untie him.
All right. You're able to do so. They're kind of still just like passed out, but they begin to come to a little bit. I already told you, you're not getting it out of me. It's not just my work, you little fucks.
Shh. I'm gonna pick him up and put him on my back and tell him to just rest.
Alright.
And we're gonna start making our way out of here.
Alright. Lynx, as you're making your way out, you have the intuition. You know that like a lot of the chemicals they're using, even though they're doing them in like mass production, a lot of these are very volatile. So like any changes to their stuff would be catastrophic. Does Lynx do anything on the way out of the building?
Is there any sort of information that I may have gleaned on my way through the building that I can piece together what the plan might be?
Well, based on what you've seen, it looks like this company of alchemists basically collects work from other alchemists and then basically turns them into like massive marketable things and then uses that to make their money. So instead of alchemists being like an artisan thing, they're effectively devaluing it but hoarding all the profit for themselves in the process.
Mm-hmm. Can I set a makeshift bomb that I can detonate?
Yeah? Make me a crafting check.
You want me to? Yes, sir.
Be easily able to do so.
I will do that, just in case I pass anyone on the way out.
Fair enough. But yeah, you're able to get out. Like, Lynx, you know how to sneak around a lab and a workshop, so it's no problem for you to get out.
Okay. Once we are within... No. What's the surrounding area like? Is it a residential area?
That's like an industrial area. Steel mills, factories, that type of thing.
Shit, I really don't think I should set this bomb off.
Oh,
But when has that ever stopped you?
honestly.
It's not nice to tell the truth, Matthew.
I speak nothing but the truth.
See, there's a Nimbus on his left shoulder and a Ray on his right.
Stop! That's so true. I'm gonna return my friend home and then come back afterward.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get them back home. They're still, like, really out of it. Like, they've
Yeah.
been worked over. They're within an inch of their life.
Poor thing. I'd like to go back after I set him down in his little abode.
Mm-hmm.
Are there still guards out front?
There are, but they're 2 new guards.
Maybe I should mention it to my friends first. I really don't know what to do about this. Can I try to find Nim?
Yeah, you could easily find them.
Yeah, I would like to find Nim. I want to get her opinion on this. Nimbus has a strong moral compass.
Nim is probably at Castle Salagosa.
It's a short jaunt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry,
I'll-
what's the situation?
So, a few days ago, I happened upon a poor craftsman that has been trying to develop his own line of product. Yes,
Oh, lovely.
I agree. He's not very good. He's a little explosive.
Oh, with perfumes? Not known to be explosive materials, but...
Fully agree.
Oh,
But the poor thing. Well, I went to go visit him today, and he was ransacked. So I tracked him down, and I found this small factory wherein it looks like they're stealing from other craftsmen, reselling, and then trying to do away with whoever the original craftsman may have been.
Well, that's vile.
I have.
And you have evidence of this? Like concrete evidence that we could possibly take to. I mean, we could take it to Triselda. We could take it to.
You just get lawful and
Well-
good in here.
You know, Nim, it's a really good point that you bring that up. I feel pretty foolish now, but in my defense, I was carrying an unconscious little man home. I don't have concrete evidence, but I do have. I did set a bomb in place in case I needed in case I needed leverage. It was just in case I needed leverage, and they tried to stop me on my way out.
Okay, that's fair. It was a defense mechanism for you. I feel as though perhaps setting off a bomb might not be the best idea. If these are nefarious people, they may not have willing employees, and it would be a shame for them to get caught in the crossfire. Not that I know that for certain, but it's not that we don't know that for certain. It's, you know what I mean, right?
I do. A younger me would have likely set this bomb off without any real question, but I don't think it's the right thing to do. I
Well,
wanted to get your opinion on it, and potentially maybe your help on it.
Oh,
I don't exactly know what the next step to take would be.
well, I think the next step is to at least inform Triselda. What she decides to do about it is, I suppose, her business. This is her city to run, and I think this would be a good starter crisis, if that makes sense.
Starter
Yeah.
crisis.
It's a starter crisis.
It's a starter crisis.
And if she's too busy, then maybe we take care of it on our own.
Oh.
Because I agree, it does need to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Shall we?
We shall.
We shall. Let's.
Let's.
We.
All right, I think I'm going up to Mother Triselda.
Yeah, she's basically her shift in the therapy tent has just ended,
Oh.
We love a therapy tent.
and she's kind of heading out. It's like, Nimbus, Lynx, good to see you two. I trust everything's
Mother
going well. You've been working your way through the mountain quite effectively.
We have. We're almost done, actually.
Oh, good.
But we have hit a bit of a snag in a different location. Lynx, why don't you fill her in on what you saw?
Lynx takes a shot of.
I shall. Do you want me to recant everything?
Lynx fills her in on what he
Yeah,
saw.
literally.
That company is quite dubious. They were
Yes.
patrons of my father's. I don't have
Not
any
surprising.
receipts here for it, but if there were proof, I would be able to seize the business from them.
No, we don't have the receipts.
What proof might you need?
Any sort of proof of their dealings, any sort of proof of their nefarious dealings, like concrete evidence, paperwork. I know, literally, the company's owner hasn't filed their taxes in years, so even, like, knowledge on that would be helpful.
Well, I feel pretty stupid now.
Well,
Because
Lynx,
I
what
was
it?
literally just there and there was no one there to stop me from taking anything. But
Lynx, what was it
I-
that brought you there in the first place?
my friend and Lynx realizes in this moment that he's never learned his friend's name. my colleague, whom I have been working with, he
Lynx,
was
make
missing.
Make me a deception check. Just to see how well you hide the fact that you don't know their name.
3!
Cool. She just kind of looks at you. Alright, well, if there were concrete evidence, I would be able to seize the company from its owner.
Would an eyewitness not count?
An eyewitness, unfortunately, eyewitness testimony does not provide enough in the court of law.
It's not enough.
They are very manipulatable.
Yes,
And it
I
would
understand.
not look good for us.
All right, then let's investigate a factory. That's all we're doing. We're just
Shall we?
inspecting it.
We shall.
You shall.
Let's. We.
Yeah, so the two of you make your way there. It's now the dead of night. The doors are open. It looks like the factory workers are leaving, and it looks like a another shift is coming in. It's a group of younger folks.
Are they wearing any kind of like factory uniform?
No, they're just kind of all like in like general alchemist scrubs.
I take out my hat of disguise, I hand one to Lynx, and say, alchemist scrubs?
Chat.
I'm annoyedly familiar.
All right.
All right. So for that, Nim, as the two of you are walking in, one of you can be the primary for this. I would like a deception check just to see how well you two walk the walk.
I got it.
Please, Mommy Nimbus, I have a +0.
Nice. That's a success. With the 31, the two of you are able to walk your way in there. And yeah, you see a number of alchemists basically going to stations, turning valves on pipettes, and taking beakers and other beakers and pouring them into each other and putting them on Bunsen burners. You see like a couple of them basically taking some notes on some of the pressure valves, and then basically standing over the entirety of the factory. You see at the very end the large office links that you would pass, basically going down to the basement. It is currently occupied by a man in like a very tailored, very like overly exaggerant like black suit, perfect looking, perfectly pressed. They have like the shiniest shoes ever. Their like dark hair is slicked back and put into like a bit of a ponytail. And they just like they have a cane and they're standing over this factory watching the people work.
Yeah, that fits the MO, huh?
I think from here on out, Nim is just mouthing things. Because we know that I think Lynx and Nim can
We both have read
lips.
lips.
So she just mouths, we need to find some kind of ledger or something.
Yeah, if you two want, you can make me a perception check.
I would love to.
38.
Nice. Also, let's make Nim's sheet not be in GM only mode.
I was gonna say, I never saw Nib's roll, but
But yeah, with the 38 and the 36... Oh, there you go, I fixed it. With the 38 and the 36, you're able to find a number of basically your way around the factory. There does appear to be like an office section in the back. Like there is their accounting, there's their shipping and receiving, there's their HR department, which is a door that if you open the door, you notice like there's a trap there that would just push them out of the building and have them fall to their death.
nice. Standard array.
Standard array.
Yeah.
Probably the accounting offices is where we're gonna need to go.
Might as well take a look.
You make your way in there. It is quiet. There is like one back office that has like a window in it that looks over like the section that has a couple like small desks and such. And there's like a light on that window. You can see what appears to be like a larger, rounder figure in there. As they're like looking over their books, the candle like just like hits them just well enough, and they kind of look up towards the door. They don't notice you. Immediately you kind of duck to the side, but this will give you a good look at their face. They're like a more rotund man. It's a walrus person, basically. It's like a full-on like walrus person. They have like this big mustache, big tusks, these like little reading glasses.
Your Honor, I love him.
I mean, is there anything immediate in this room on any of the desks?
There's a couple papers and things. It would take a stealth check to get in there, and then maybe a perception check or a accounting lore check or society check or accounting lore to figure it out.
Hold on just a damn minute. Where is it? Where is it?
Ooh.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you can do that.
And we still need the check to get in? Question mark.
Yeah,
I
you'll
think my
still need
stealth
the
is
stealth
better
check
than
to get in, but
Nim's.
you'll be able to do it a lot quicker now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as you're going in, like the walrus person looks up again, but you duck behind a desk, and Lynx, you're able to kind of jump around and glean contents. A lot of the desks are just like shipping and like receivables, like, oh, we have to pay this courier this amount of gold. Oh, we're sending this many alchemical bombs to Treladar, like stuff like that.
Oh,
Maybe let's at least grab that.
well, certainly.
Because if they're doing business with Treladar and Mother Trisalta does not allow
We are mouthing to each other this whole time, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Specifically, they are sending it to Devotus.
Devotus. Interesting. I
Which,
will mage hand that piece of paper.
Delightful.
Nim, you would recognize as the settlement that your parents are heading up.
Fucking hell. Alright. Alright, let's keep looking for something incriminating.
But yeah, after a short time, Lynx, you're able to find, basically you can see like a whole set of binders behind the walrus person that are like ledgers, like just straight up ledgers of business. And then you can see them below those ledgers is like a safe that's been locked up. What would you like to do? They're still in their office.
Do we want to try to lure him out of the office?
Yeah, I agree.
And then maybe sneak in?
Do you have a way to try to bait him out? I don't think I have anything that won't be obvious.
I mean, maybe something like dancing lights? Just something weird? It can't be too scary or he's just going to barricade himself in there.
Do not scare the accountant.
Can I... Can I make a controlled fire?
Yeah, I'd let you make a small fire.
Yeah, like I'm literally a legendary crafter. I would imagine
Yeah.
I'd be able to.
Yeah, you're able to make a small fire. You going to make a small fire?
Yes, within eyeshot of like the window into his office. 53.
Yeah, you're able to make a small controlled fire. As they like look up again, they see the lights like, oh, someone left their heating stones on, and they go running out and they kind of like waddle, like walrus waddle.
I
out
love
the
him,
door.
Your Honor.
And
So
they're
now we
now
gotta-
desperately trying to like put out this fire. Like they're holding like papers and they're smacking the fire with paper, and the paper's catching fire. But he's definitely distracted.
Wow. What a little saint.
Thanks, make
He's
sure the fire
just
keeps
trying to
burning.
do his best. I love him.
Alright, so did he perchance leave the door open for us
Yep,
to like...
the door's open. There was a small fire. He rushed out to save his paperwork.
That's
Literally
right.
so true.
Alright, we're going in. We are...
We're going in.
All right, you're in there. Make me a thievery check.
With pleasure.
So that is a failure.
What?
Let me quickly check my feats and see if I have anything at all to try to.
Are you stabbing someone now?
No,
Nim killed the accountant.
There's
There's a
You
body on
killed
the
the
ground.
accountant.
Nim killed.
Why did you kill him? I panicked.
I was the walrus.
Uh, 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 Your Honor, I have nothing.
No, like it's a difficult lock. Um,
I mean, there's
You're-
nothing from.
it is a failure, but I'm not going to just say
Oh.
don't open the lock. Here's what's going to happen. Instead, I'm going to take a page out of Monsters of the Week. You are going
Wait,
to succeed
sorry.
at it.
I'm so sorry. For some reason it slipped my mind entirely that this was a lock. So I have wary disarmament.
That's not a trap.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes, and that's for saves. But you do manage to get it open, but it's just
Oh, it is for saves.
it's just
sorry.
a little bit too slow. And as you get it open, you manage to get the ledger in there. You can see it. There's like another ledger that's like a black binder.
Mhm.
I assume you grab it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
as you are grabbing it, just like walking in the door, now standing in the door is this walrus person.
Oh.
I'm
Everything okay?
you're robbing our safe.
Rob,
Oh,
no.
no.
We were sent here to grab it.
Exactly.
And then Merle pipes up,
We were sent here by the boss man.
Make me a deception check.
Go Nimbus, go Nimbus, go. Go Nimbus,
I want to
go
remind
Nimbus,
you that I
go.
have a +2 to this because Merle is helping me.
Yep, that's fair.
Oh, I thought you meant just a flat +2. I was like, ah!
43?
43 is a success. Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. It's the end of year for us. As you know, I've been looking around. I apologize for not getting that ledger. Here's the
Such a
rest of the
difficult time.
books they wanted, and they
Thank
just like
you.
hand you a bunch of like accounting files.
Thank
I
you.
love him, Your Honor. He just
Ah.
wants to be liked at work, and I really get that.
Yes. Nice to meet. I apologize. I'm not new, but you're clearly new. I've never met you two before.
Miriam.
Nice to meet you, Miriam. Yourself?
Stanley.
Stanley, that's quite the parable. I have a cousin named Stanley.
Oh.
Well,
Yes.
you tell your cousin hi, and
Yeah,
we'll
of
be
course.
seeing you around the office.
Yes, we'll see you around the office. I don't know how.
Do you
long
know
you've been
when
here.
what day of the week casual day is?
Oh, that's a good
Oh, it
question.
depends on the time. Normally they're not around, but they've been worried about the new regime.
Of
Ah.
course.
Yes,
I understand.
but anyway,
What's your take on that, by the way?
they've stopped Mothman from swooping the streets at night. People can go outside again. It's going to be nice.
That's true. That's true.
I'm a little bit newer than Miriam. I didn't know there were Mothmen here. That's mildly horrifying.
Oh, not
yeah, it
here,
was a
but in
whole
the city.
business.
Are you two new
Yeah.
in the city?
I
Oh,
am.
he is. I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, there's this lovely cafe on the docks. I highly recommend you check it out. It's a familiar cafe. There's a whole bunch of familiars there.
I know
They're the most
precisely the one.
They're the most adorable things. There was a cat there for the longest time. It finally got adopted. I'm so happy. I used to spend nights after audits just snuggling with the thing in the cafe.
Oh, that's
Oh,
delightful.
precious. I got this little guy a bow tie there. Very cute.
Ah, that's lovely.
Oh,
All
maybe
right,
I
well, you
need a
take care of
familiar.
yourself, and we'll be seeing you around.
Yes, and then like they go back to their desk, and as you two are leaving, you see them like kind of bend over. They like open up what appears to be like a fridge. They pull out what looks like just like a can. They pop it open. It's like canned milk, and they
Nice.
delicious.
Your Honor, I love him.
This walrus man and his canned milk has stolen my heart.
Things we did
What
not
a
expect to happen
cherished
tonight.
little lad.
This is why
Precious man.
I think Nim, with all the confidence of a city girl, walking with purpose, just walks right on out of the factory.
Yeah.
Like she was told to do that, and she's got places to go, and that's what she's doing.
Hmm.
the two of you can get out easily, and yeah, you now have a bunch of business ledgers that basically prove it looks like this accountant has been keeping track of how much taxes they should be paying.
Oh,
Like you have the uncooked books.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For him, I don't want him to get in trouble.
Well,
I want Griselda that he helped us, even if he didn't mean to.
at least we got it.
Yeah.
Thank you for your help. I don't think I would have been able to do this without you.
Oh, you would have been fine. You could have just borrowed the hat.
I almost set off the bomb.
I'm really glad you didn't set
bomb.
off the bomb. Think of what would have happened to that poor little walrus man. We never got his name.
We
I
never
mean, how
did get
many
his
walrus
name,
men could
no.
there be in there?
How many walrus men could there be?
At least
The
one.
whole family.
Literally
In
at
some
least
colonies,
one.
there's only walrus men.
Possibly two, because he had to come from somewhere.
Matt, you're right.
All right, let's drop
he's a
these
mutant.
off. Drop
Yeah.
these off with Miss Triselda.
As you drop them off, Griselda just kind of looks at you all. Yes, perfect, thank you. I'll have our accountants look into this. But there probably is enough proof here. She like quickly thumbs through it. Yes, there's easily enough proof here. Lynx, would you like the business?
Uh,
If a witness sees it for the crown, I might as well give it to the person who, or unless you could think of someone else that you'd want to give it to. I'll leave that decision to you, Lynx.
I have someone in mind that would probably like the opportunity, yes.
Okay, perfect. Then I'll leave it up to you. Just give me their name when you have it, and she kind of just smiles at you, and she goes back to her business.
Okay. Lynx goes immediately to try to find his friend.
Yeah. You get back to the basement dwelling. The door is unlocked. And they appear to be in the process of basically packing everything up.
Hi, what are you doing?
I got to get out of town. Lynx, you're the one who saved me. I've got to get out of town. Alistair is no joke. He's a right bastard. He'll kill you. He'll kill your family. He'll kill your friends. He'll kill anyone who's ever looked into your alchemy book.
I have good news for you. And Lynx recounts to him what has occurred.
They make tea.
Oh.
They make tea for you during this process. As like you begin recounting, they start making a bottle of tea because it looks like they're just trying to calm their own nerves.
Oh yeah.
But that's amazing. You did a God. Okay, so if the new lady is going to be taking that over for the crown, that's wonderful to hear.
It's up to you if you want it.
They just like stop there for a second, and like they
I'm sure.
It's like,
I had a feeling he wouldn't catch on, but it's up to you. This is I'm not cut out for this.
I mean, I'm not much of a business person. I'm more of a. I mean, a lab that size could do a lot of good for the world, and it's been kind of just been used to make profit right now. I'd have to. Yeah, I'll gladly take it.
As long as one of us does.
I'm down.
With the work that I have seen you do, I think that you could do some real good.
Thank you. I'm down, of course.
He smiles and shakes his hand, and in that moment of the two of them shaking hands, he does finally say, I would have just let it be a surprise, but I never got your name.
Oh! Right, sorry, I'm kind of awful once I get into a work about talking about...
That is okay, me too.
Chomsky!
That's a good name, I like that name.
Thank you.
And Lynx shakes his hand further and just says, I think that you have a bright future here.
I think there's going to be a lot of good that I can do now.
I agree.
And yeah.
Congratulations. I'll send your information over to Triselda.
Oh God, I'm going to need to get some new clothes. Yes, thank you. And yeah, Chomsky sees you out. And yeah.
Lynx smiles and makes his way slowly back to Nim. That's more than I was expecting out of this roleplay.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, There's like headlines in the morning issue of the Salagoza Sun
Delightful.
about how Alistair's alchemy has been seized by the state, and due to their shady business practices, no longer will they exploit other alchemists for their work and then claim it as their own to profit off of it. Now under new ownership.
Literally so true.
And there's like a whole article about it, and like there's like a artist rendition, like you know how like in the States you can't have videos of the Supreme Court, so there's like all those drawings.
Yes.
it's like one of those drawings, except it's of him being basically pulled into like the back of like a jail wagon.
I love it.
Nice. And yeah. So we'll now jump back into time. Because we gotta keep going on with the Salagoza Nights. So on that final day. So that's what Link spent their final day in Salagoza doing. And Nim, that probably took like 3 hours of your day. But let's jump over to Corellia. Cassandra Corellia. So the night before, you and Garl had, well, I guess a couple nights before the last time we saw you all, you and Garl had a nice chat. You can read what happened there, and yeah. What do you
Waggles
get
eyebrows.
up to on your final day in the city?
If we are still curing petrified people,
Yes.
I think during that I would, and Alessandra's helping us, right?
Yep, Alessandra's been helping the entire time as much as she can. She can only get 2 a day.
Cassandra goes, hey, Nim, Alessandra? Quick question. How did you two tell each other you liked each other? Or was that all Aranari's fault?
Well, partially is Aranari's fault. However, a few nights ago, we had a lovely conversation where we kind of put things out on and made them bare. I can't use that turn of phrase for this. It's weird. It's wildly inappropriate. We just put things out there.
But yes, you saw the beginning of it thanks to Aranari and his meddling ways.
And then just like from higher up, you hear, "You're welcome."
I don't like you, and I don't think I ever will at this point. Goodbye.
So true.
How did you get the courage to talk about it? Or at that point, was it just where you already had a general idea and it was easier?
No, initially loads of alcohol for me. Nim, your mic is not picking you up.
I had no idea before that night that I was anything more than a nuisance? A thing to be tolerated?
Wait, really? You had no idea?
No, not at all.
See, Nimbus is like a song sung by a bard. She just gets stuck in your head.
Wow.
I don't know if I ought to take that as a compliment or not.
I mean,
That was
he's
meant to
comparing
be.
you to beautiful music.
It was meant to be a compliment.
Wow, Hosier who?
Hosier who?
Sounds lovely. Hey, Nim, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, yes.
Yank.
Yoink.
Alessandra just goes and keeps working, and then like
give
Arnari
her a little
floats down and is just talking to Alessandra.
I do wish he would leave her alone.
So, Nim, I have a bit of a confession. I think I might have a teensy, weensy, little crush on girl.
You know, I've picked up on that.
The complete lack of any change of expression was.
You don't say. That's so insane. Absolutely incredible.
I've been so subtle.
Oh,
So subtle.
you know, I think maybe perhaps for all of my own misunderstandings regarding my personal life, I happen to be pretty observant about what other people are doing, and I don't know if subtle is the word I would choose. I think maybe you just turn the other way when you are blushing. And sometimes when you turn away from Garl, that means you are turning towards me. And that does mean that I have seen a lot of your reactions to certain events. Like being
just
picked up
efficient
and thrown
stage
over
direction.
Garl's shoulder, or when Garl hits something really well, or when Garl flexes her shoulder muscles. You have a certain expression. It's very cute.
It's thirst.
I've been trying so hard to keep things professional, but every once in a while, it's just, she's so sweet, and she's so nice, and she's so forgiving, and just between you and me, I gave her a massage the other night. Her muscles are so... No, I'm just upset myself here. Anyway,
It's thirst.
Anyway,
They're queer coded, Your Honor.
I could just
Who
use
is the Anna we're talking to
a
constantly?
little
I don't know.
Chat.
on either whether or not I should say anything, how I would, if it is a good idea, say something, or should I just forget about this altogether and just keep things professional, because we are an adventuring group and there's a war going on. It might not be the right time, you know.
Wait until the
Well,
final battle to confess. That will go
That
well.
line of logic goes either way, though. There's a war, so it's a bad time, but also there's a war, so you might not have another time, which I know is a little bit dark, but there's a certain, seize the day aspect to it. I think what complicates the relationship between you and Garl, though, is the history there. And listen, I'm not one to speak about relationships with people with whom you might or might not have a history with, but your relationship with Garl has not always been so much on equal footing as it is now. And I don't know. I think that might be the only difficulty in that. Honestly, I can't quite gauge whether or not Garl is hurt by it, because on the one hand, she seems honest. I don't think she's lying when she says that she forgives you. At least, I don't think she's lying to you. But when she barfs up a bloody effigy of you,
Yes, that
has
has
a
been
trauma
slightly
response?
concerning.
I worry she
Well, when
may
you
be
put it that way.
lying to herself. And I think that might need to be addressed before a relationship progresses. Much in the same way, to be honest, I was a little apprehensive about engaging romantically with Alessandra without knowing more about what happened in her past. So that is my tentative advice, but the Desnan in me says, go for it, follow your heart, follow your dreams, live your passions, and do what makes you happy.
You know what? You have a very, very good point. I have had enough control of her life in the past. I should not put her in a position where she feels like she doesn't have any. I want her to, at all times, feel like she has complete and utter control. So I will wait and see if she ever says anything, and I will just keep everything to myself, so put a cork on that, and go from there.
I mean, don't cork it forever.
We're not healthy.
Right.
Says to
Suppression.
no one in particular because Matt is not here.
If Lynx were there.
Well, at least
If
for
there's
now.
one
At
thing we've
least
learned from
things
Garl's
are-
situation is that keeping things bottled up is perhaps not always the best move. Truly, Cassandra, this is an interesting situation.
It is, isn't it?
Um,
I don't even know if she feels the same way. It's not worth ruining a good friendship.
I don't think you can ruin a good friendship with feelings. I think maybe things might be difficult if a rejection is involved, but I think you guys have been through much more difficult struggles than one person confessing romantic feelings to another and having them not be reciprocated. I think your friendship could withstand that.
You might
But
be
also
right.
it's Garl, and I don't know if she understands the preconceptions around what a girlfriend is. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
I don't know if I think Garl just likes the people she likes and likes to spend time with them.
You're probably right. You know,
Are we describing Garl or a dog?
Garl, but also you say that. Am I incorrect, Matthew? Am I Tell me
It's not shit talking if it's true.
Tell me truthfully, Matthew.
What's the question?
Am I lying?
I'm not criticizing. I'm just,
That's fair. But yes, I don't think there's any harm in sussing out where she's at and where she's at with her comfort level in terms of doing a relationship in the middle of a wartime. It is something to be considered.
I will keep my eyes, feelings, and mind open and let Garl take the reins. And if something happens, I think I will feel it. And if it doesn't, that's fine. I was married once. I don't need to do it again.
Oh,
Not that I'm thinking about marrying Garl someday. Oh my goodness. It's hot in here. Let me just.
Cassandra, maybe one more thing to think about. Are you still married?
It depends. Did they say as long as you both shall live or till death do you part? Because I
don't know, Auntie. I wasn't at your wedding.
You weren't at my wedding, were you?
I
Shame.
wasn't.
Not yet. So
Not yet.
Either way, I'll be filling out some divorce papers eventually if he ends up coming back.
That may be a prerequisite to dating.
Yes, it might be.
Since we are on the topic of Garl, let's jump over to Garl. Garl, the Salagozan goblins have taken to your teachings so very well. At this point, even the mage goblins are able to make it through Garl's obstacle course.
Excellent. Garl's also taking time to cut a barrel in half, stick the barrel on the either end of a long pole, let the goblins all sit in each of the barrels, and then just doing deadlifting.
Yep.
nice.
You deadlift 60 goblins.
Damn.
Garl is so hot.
But yeah,
Nope.
Knowing that your time in the city is coming to the end, they basically on like the last day of Garl's boot camp, they all got together and they kind of like the necromancer goblin approaches you with like the staff that you had made them. Lady Garl, thank you.
Garl looks behind her real quick. Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, it has to be somewhat, official, but honestly, from all of us, and like all the goblins began like just chanting happy, like joyous, yeah, it's like a little goblin choir of joy.
Wow.
We really appreciate you taking your time to teach us, and so we got together and we worked on something for you, and they take out this like a necklace that they made for Garl. And it has like it's like a little plasticine goblin head. It has like goblin like little teeth with like different things around it. It's a very like it's very well made, and they just like kind of like bring it. They like make a goblin stack and like so they're as tall as you, and they like put it around your neck. It is with this we happily name you an honorary goblin. On a side note, Garl, you've gained the adopted ancestry goblin feat.
oh boy. Oh boy. Have to think about that.
So you can have access to the goblin ancestry if you like it, but more importantly, they are very thankful the time you spent with them.
I attempt to use my vast and powerful arms to give as many of them a hug as possible.
Literally so true.
If you've ever seen like the Minion movies where they're all just like hugging Gru, it's like that, but with Garl and goblins.
I love that. This is the only time minions are ever going to be acceptable to me, and I work at Universal Studios Hollywood.
So you've got experience firsthand.
Unfortunately.
My condolences.
They are my dad's favorite.
I'm having a bad day. You can take it personal. It's okay.
Garl thanks them for their wonderful gift and for all their hard work. This is as much their triumph as it is hers. Garl has two final things he wants to impart. And Garl has all of them sit down in a big kind of semicircle, so she can look at all of them at once.
They like take like different parts of like wood and stuff, and they make like a little goblin amphitheater for you, Garl.
They're very industrious. I like that. So Garl expresses that they have grown strong, they have honed their skills, but if there is one lesson that stands the test of time that she wishes to impart to the small green army, is that true strength is knowing that a worthy cause is found in serving others, not simply wielding your strength for your own sake. We all became this strong by working together and by being inspired by each other's examples. We can achieve amazing things when we work together. And so we must protect each other and the community that we create and communities that can be our allies and our friends. And she takes a whole bunch, she gathers up a whole bunch of arrows that are goblin sized, that look like toothpicks to her, but whatever. And she takes one arrow, she kind of shows it off to everyone, and then snaps it in half super easily. But then she takes an entire bundle of arrows, and she has to pretend, because she could still easily snap them in half, but she pretends like it is impossible to break in the bundle.
As you're pretending to like break it, and like you're pretending to like struggle breaking it, a bunch of the goblins come up and they basically jump onto your arms to like add the strength to it as like trying to help you break it.
I was so proud of this metaphor.
Like Kokoro.
It seems like they understand. It's like stronger together, and then we can break anything too. Yeah.
You know what? Okay, yeah, they're taking this in the right direction.
Yeah.
They got the point.
I love them.
Garl stops holding back. She says, I may go and I may never be able to return, but I hope that this lesson will stay with you.
Yes. And now I've gotten to add to my list of party resources for the war, one goblin militia.
Yeah.
And second thing, much less important, but you all have knowledge of the city. You have seen its many nooks and crannies and its many wide open spaces.
Oh no.
I have an important question for all of you. Where are the nicest flowers?
It depends.
Okay.
There's some really nice flowers over in this manor garden, but there's also flowers there that will eat you if you get too close.
That sounds amazing.
All right, we'll show you the way.
Beauty and strength. I know a few people like that.
And they will take you to that manor garden, and you can get a bouquet of flowers from it pretty easily.
Can I get some of the ones that might attempt to eat you because they show strength?
Yes.
And I wish to defeat them.
Yes, you can.
Amazing.
As you finish picking the flowers, the door swings open, and there's this dwarven man. Hey! Get out of my garden, you rascally kids! And they throw like...
Cheese it, it's the feds.
And y'all scatter.
Garl throws a few of the goblins back over the fence.
They can't catch all of us.
And they everyone GTFSOs. Alright. So yeah, the evening comes for Garl.
Garl quickly realizes that she has been working with goblins and working out all day, and puts her flowers in a vase, and then go to find some sort of water to splash over herself.
It's the showers.
There's like a bath. There's like a bathroom in your room. And yeah, Garl, you go and you start washing up. As you're washing up, Garl, Corellia,
no.
you make it back to the inn.
Are we gonna have like a freaking harem anime misunderstanding with
No,
someone
because
like,
the-
oh, I'm gonna
it's
have a
been-
bath now. It's
The
unoccupied.
bathroom is closed off. Like,
Okay.
yeah. What do you do?
Awesome. I will head to my room, take a deep breath, and check out my little familiar kitty cat. Say, what do you think I should do?
Meow, 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 meow.
So true.
Burn them all.
Well
Oh.
said. Put her around
Well
my
said.
and I was like, oh, I will read a book. Romance novel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you-
romance or like Harlequin? How many ripped bodices are we on asking? On a scale of like 0 to 5.
Let's say like 2.5.
okay.
Mhm.
yeah.
Respectable
on the
number.
Back, on the back of this particular one, there's like a rating system that basically like a bunch of nobles in Salagosa have been using. Basically, 3 fluttering fans out of 5 for like the
Ooh.
spiciness level. But yeah, you sit down, you read your book. Garl, you finish cleaning up. And yeah,
Right.
is there anything else that you two would like to do with your evening?
In my
I
pajamas.
Garl would like to put on her least ripped clothes, whatever that means, and is going to tie up the collection of flowers with the thing the girl has on hand that can tie things up. So a small chain of some kind, probably. No ribbon, unfortunately. And is going to go knock on Cassandra's door.
You
Sandra's
hear
like,
a
"Come in."
knocking at your door.
Girl
As she like
stands
struggles to
there.
like put a bookmark in, and it's like, the door's open. I'll be right there. And I'll open the door.
And Garl is there with this bouquet of what appears to be a combination of like probably some roses or something, but also some stuff that appears to have thorns and possibly teeth.
Oh, girl, what a beautiful bouquet!
I know we are in a short time going to be continuing our journey, and there may not be time or opportunity in future for I wanted you to have something nice from me, because you were very important to me, Cassandra, and I want you to know that. And I think you deserve nice things and pretty things, and also things that have strength in them. You see, I believe you were quite strong for all the things that we have all endured and that you have specifically endured. I am very bad at this. Sorry. But I hope that forever, as long as they last and as long as maybe the memory of them lasts, you will think of me and think of them fondly.
Promise me you'll try.
Cassandra will gently take the bouquet and hold it really close. Thank you so much, and give Girl a really big hug.
As the bouquet is holding close to your neck, you feel one of the flowers just nip at it a bit.
Wow.
Wow.
Damn it, I wanted to do that. No.
Yeah. And yeah. I think we'll call that there, and we'll jump over to Nimbus. So Nimbus is your final day in Salagosa. You've just finished your shift. You finished off basically the last people who needed to be unpetrified. That's the word. Unpetrified after Lynx's little adventure with you. And as you're making it back to like the area, you just see basically waiting outside for you is Alessandra.
So, how many more do we have left?
Arinari finished them off today. It did break the wand on the last one, but that's a risk he took.
Well, I suppose I should thank him at some point. How about you?
Myself? Yes, I had some extra time today, so... And Elisandra just kind of like offers her hand to you.
I take it.
And an extra slot. And before you know it, the two of you are moving incredibly quickly. It's as if she's used magic to increase her land speed some.
Okay.
And she is running you basically through the streets of the city at pace, and like people are like looking and turning, but they're not. Like, it's like you're running by in a blur. It's like, we are running a little bit late. It seems your side adventure's done something, but I figured we could get here quickly. And then boom, you're in front of what appears to be a restaurant in that noble quarter. And basically on the deck of the restaurant, you pass by this restaurant a bunch while you've been working on depetrifying people. There is normally a bunch of tables and chairs on like a patio that has like some lovely lights, and like this is normally like a bumping spot at the nighttime. There's like dinners, there's like wine clinking, there's like a small like four-piece orchestra that plays there. Four-piece orchestra is there, but all the tables except for one are gone. This is part one. There's still one little thing. I figured I would get you something that you would enjoy on that level, and then I'd also get you something a bit more practical.
Oh. I mean, you don't have to get me anything. I'm enjoying your company as is.
Come on. And she just like takes you into like the restaurant, like pulls out your chair, sits you down. The waiter brings like a smaller chair for Merle.
Oh.
I love that.
A little high chair.
It's like a high chair. Yeah, it's a high chair for familiars. It's
Absolutely
actually
beautiful.
It's a very common practice in restaurants.
That doesn't surprise me in a world where basically anyone can have a familiar.
Yeah, like
But
more.
Another
thing that's going to be canon for this world: more people have familiars than children.
Yay!
That makes sense to me.
Yep.
This entire time I've been thinking of familiars as like imaginary friends, if anyone is cultured enough to remember Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, you clearly don't remember the description I gave for the waitress in the first time you met her for the Familiar Cafe.
She was a werewolf, was she not?
Oh, I see what you did with the Foster's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I remember it now that you've said that,
Yep. But
but only vaguely.
the full menu is open to you. It's like a very nice 5-star dining sort of restaurant. They have like the equivalent of like a Michelin star, like of like 3 Michelin stars. So it's a really good restaurant.
It's been a minute since we've talked about food on this channel, actually.
It has.
What
It
are
has!
they serving? What are they
It has.
serving?
Well, while you have the full menu open to you, they highly recommend the chef's plate, which is basically a 3-course meal specifically designed by the chef. It's what got them their stars. It starts off with a lovely, basically a combo of a soup and a stew. They're in 2 separate
My
bowls,
favorite.
and it's sort of like one of them's like a very light, like cream soup, and then it's a very dark stew, so it creates like a yin and yang sort of look.
Ooh.
And then there's
Odd.
like little dollops of like a different garnish in each one of them, so it's a beautiful piece. That's really nice. Then for the main course, there's 2 plates for the main course. There is a land and a sea plate. So there is like a very nice filet mignon, or they also have a vegetarian option with like a falafel type of thing.
Ooh, I think Nim would go for the vegetarian option.
Fair enough. And then for the sea, they have like a lovely like handmade sushi thing.
Yes.
That once again, there's a vegetarian option.
Delightful.
And then for dessert, they have 2 options. They have one for like people who are just going in there, and they also have an option for couples. It's it's up to Nim which option is taken. We could not hear your mic.
Can we get the couples one?
Alessandra gets it. And it is a chocolate cake with 2 different spoons.
Wow.
Each of the spoons has 3 separate like little dipping things that you're meant to basically put them in. So like what you do is you put the spoon in, you dip it in, that attaches to the spoon, and then you cut the cake and you feed it to the person. Like you each get different like flavors because there's 6 different like pairings with the cake.
Cute.
And it's
Very
purposely
cute.
like there's like it's like a big piece of cake that could serve 2 people. But it's plated in a way that you would have to like reach over the cake to get the other person's like thing, so it's just easier for them to like feed it to you.
Oh, I think Nimbus fully indulges in like the corniness of that.
Oh, yeah. Man, I should really just start pitching these to actual restaurants as things they could do now that I think about it. Anyway.
Probably.
Yeah, right? But the dinner goes well. There's a lovely orchestra playing the entire time. And eventually, after the dinner's done, Alessandra handles the check.
Are you sure we can split it? I have gold.
She just kind of like whispers in your ear, I have a little bit left over from the treasury. It's fine.
How much left over from the treasury?
Well, we'll put it this way. Post-war, I'm going to be living very comfortably. But...
Fair enough, fair enough.
With the patio cleared, I don't suppose there will be dancing later.
Of course.
Excellent.
Yeah. The waiters move the thing away. And they give Merle like a little perch to watch from, and there's a lovely little dance. Nim, it's been a long time since you've danced. Can you roll me a performance check?
No, and I can't even use virtuosic performer because dancing is not my performance. I'm gonna hero point it.
As you should.
44.
Nice.
I went from a 1 to a 19. That was a good use of a hero point as far as I'm concerned.
So, Nim, you begin to stumble a little bit, but...
On a 44.
Well, because you did use the hero point, so I'm making that part of it. You begin to stumble a little bit. Perhaps you're flustered for a moment, but you manage to catch it. And the 2 of you fall into a very lovely dance. It lasts for what seems like an hour, but it was only a few minutes. Your eyes never leave each other's view. As the orchestra kind of ends with the final chord, she like looks down for a moment, like a pocket watch she has hanging. Oh dear. And she proceeds to, Merle, can you jump on? And Merle like flaps over and lands on your shoulder, and then she proceeds to like sweep you up by your legs.
Oh,
It's like, we're running a little bit late. One more stop tonight. And once again, that similar spell moving very quickly. And as you're moving, like, you're looking up now at this Nim, and you kind of like just above Alessandra's face, you see like the stars that like, as you're moving at this speed, they're almost like blurring into like these like dancing lights in the sky. It's very nice.
aww.
Eventually, you come to what appears to be a very nondescript looking building. It has a simple black door to it. And then Alessandra like puts you down and says, "After you."
I go through the door.
As you open the door, you feel the very familiar vibration of magic. And the next thing you know, you see inside a very large sort of workshop.
Oh, wow. I do have, so as part of the third eye item, I have a 9th level detect magic up at all times.
Oh, it is magical. This entire place is magical. It's like a magnificent mansion-esque type of thing.
Ooh.
And standing there, basically in that room, there's a number of folks. And they all just kind of say, welcome, dear customers. Your custom item is almost ready. We just need to finish it off with your input as to the inclusion of it.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So, they bring out what appears to be this, like, singular metal rod. This is going to be where we write the enchantment for it, but after that you're able to choose any sort of outside you'd like, and they proceed to have, like, a massive amount of different, like, style of staffs and things.
Oh! Alessandra, are you getting me a staff?
Yes, because you desperately need one.
You're right.
A good girl bonking stick.
It's
good
almost
girl
as if the
bonking.
gods themselves have neglected it until now.
Ooh, self-burn on Will.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're right. Very practical and overdue.
So, knowing this, that you may be coming here unprepared, they do also bring out what appears to be an elixir of some sorts. It's an elixir that essentially lets you remake your daily preparations for the day.
Oh, shit.
It's specific to this shop. Because the way staffs work is that people need to provide the spells for them.
Yes.
And so what they need you to do is they need you to basically create your personal staff. This mithril rod core, interwrapped with phoenix feather and dragon tooth, is able to support up to 8th level spells.
Holy smokes.
That's
It
so
is-
hot.
It is the highest end staff that someone can acquire.
Okay.
Nim, you effectively will have that. We'll go through that off stream of creating your staff.
That's
Just
lot of
because-
spells, bestie.
Just because it's a lot of work to do that, but effectively during this process, Alessandra will also help you by casting spells that you may not necessarily have easy access to and such, but effectively you're going to have a staff. Does Nim have any feats for, like, appraisal of money of things?
I don't know about appraisal of money. I have the bargain hunter, which helps me make money, but nothing necessarily regarding appraisal.
Make me a perception check.
That said, I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I do have, if I use the seek action, I guess that's with the third eye, I can perceive things like knowledge of a creature's health and conditions and affections and approximate percent of its HP, but that doesn't affect items.
Does not affect
But yes, I will just make a general
Yeah,
perception
just
check.
make a general perception check.
Nope.
No, you will not.
You
No goddamn clue.
you do not catch a glimpse of the bill.
Oh. That's fair. And probably for the best. How much money did she take from the treasury?
Well, we'll put it this way. Out of character, this costs 40k gold.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm growing concerned. We've been having these cute little moments that Will is facilitating. He's giving us stuff. Darkness
I'm
awaits
assuming
us.
the dragon fights are not going to be easy. Oh, well, Nim doesn't know that.
That's like a semester in a bit of Bard College.
Well, a good one.
A good one.
Good one.
How much money did she take from Driselda?
A lot.
Consensually?
So many.
I mean, she took it while she was here the first time, so it wasn't from Driselda. It was from the evil vampire.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I can't falter for that.
We'll put it this way. This is
How did she get it back though?
She stashed it away before she got petrified.
Okay. The way I'm unwinding this, and Will's like,
Boom.
she snatched it.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Two.
I do want the
No,
answer.
you don't. DM hat says no.
Well, can I perhaps, if we're going over spells later, can I describe the way I want to make it look?
Yeah.
I think she does stick with the kind of sleek silver exterior. I think it's going to be a little bit wider at the top than it is at the bottom, and I think at the top there will be a kind of wide crescent moon that is suspiciously just wide enough for Merle to sit comfortably upon it and kind of nestle himself in the little crescent moon. And it is maybe framed by some flowers and a little butterfly at the center.
Nice. After that, there is one final event for the entire party in Salagoza. The country has been fully stabilized. Mother Triselda is now Lady Triselda. She has effectively taken the country over fully, and things are beginning to improve for the populace. However, it would be remiss for them to send you on your way without a gift befitting of such amazing heroes.
This is too many gifts. I'm getting worried.
So,
You're getting worried.
all of you are going to be given some items. Specifically, every single one of you gets a version of whatever armor you're wearing, or traveler's clothes, or a new outfit that is +3 in resilient.
What does that mean?
Okay.
It adds 3 to your saving throws and AC.
Oh no.
Okay.
Will, you're scaring me.
Out of curiosity, if we have like a +1 armor rune, this would replace it or add to it?
This would replace it. It's like new outfit time.
Okay, gotcha.
It's the
Gonna need a
end game.
montage.
It's your end game outfits. The final battle armor for your group.
I love that.
In addition to that, they also offer 1 +3 major striking weapon.
Per person?
No, just a single +3 major striker weapon.
Okay.
To give you an
Looks
idea.
directly at
yours,
Garl.
Garl, baby.
Looks directly at Garl.
That has Garl written all over it. Probably not literally, but figuratively.
Let's see.
Oh wait, it's greater resilience.
this dragon fight now.
It's not the top tier armor. There's one more top tier armor. There's the major resilient, but this is the greater resilient. Major
Oh, so it's only
resilient is
+2.
Nope. Maybe
Major's +3. I was just looking it up.
Yeah, look up what greater resilient is, but it's +3 greater resilient armor, not majors.
Greater resilient is +2 item bonus to saving throws.
Ah, okay, so it's only a +2 to saves.
Gotcha.
The +3 version is a level 20 item.
Yeah.
So you're not getting that yet.
So is that like if I were to say code this, would I move my check penalty from -1 to +1?
I would just add to the item bonus of a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good enough
There's
for
a
me. I'm gonna
slot
do that,
for that.
right now.
But yeah, so you have a greater resilient armor. Then you get to add 3 to your armor class now. And they also gave you that. And they're also going to give the party a Vorpal rune.
What? Damn. Vorpal does something and I don't remember what it is.
I imagine Vorpal. Vorpal I think means if you like get a natural 20 on a strike with a weapon, critically succeed and deal slashing damage to the target. Oh, you can decapitate someone.
Hot.
I was under the impression that it was like if you kill something, it stays dead, something of that effect. But that
The
sounds more
Vorpal
accurate.
sword goes Snicker Snack.
Snickers
Shut
snack.
up.
Oh god, I remember having to memorize that.
Simply cease.
There's stat block. There's a stat block for a Jabberwock in Pathfinder 2, you know?
The pictures on one of the monster manuals. It is kind of horrifying.
It is. It's great.
Sorry, so it is a +2 item bonus to all 3 saving throws?
Yep.
Thank you.
And just to confirm, Will, what was the level of the striking rune?
It is a major striking weapon.
Oh, so a plus.
Yes,
like,
this one is like the top tier.
Mm-hmm. Can you apply
okay.
both runes to Garl's sword?
You could if you wanted to.
Oh God. Which
wanted
I want to point out again, the Force Katana has no blade, so we're just slapping these runes on the hilt of a non-existent sword. It's like
I
a
like to think that you
lightsaber.
like unwrap the hilt, that it has like a little bit of a wrap on it, put the runes there, and then wrap it over. That's how I envision it. But
One day I will draw a Garl's sword because I have a very specific design in mind what it looks like.
That's fair.
Nimbus thanks them profusely and cries.
One
a little
last
bit.
little help package.
Oh no!
There is a case. Inside of the case are 3 for each of you, true elixirs of life.
I am horrified.
As well as a number of diamonds and gemstones that are worth a fair amount of gold each, about 300 gold a pop.
Okay.
That could, sorry, not 300 gold. I think it's 1,000 for resurrection in PF2.
It depends on the level.
It's enough to it's enough to get 2 resurrection spells for diamonds.
Okay.
2 resurrection spells worth of diamonds.
I know how to make these.
The true elixirs of life?
Yeah.
What do they do?
I have literally been making greater elixirs of life this whole time, but here, I'm just gonna link it and
Yes, please.
yeah.
Holy smokes.
Just took me a second to realize I know how to make these.
That's so valid.
Yeah.
Um,
Like there's certainly no problem. I just realized I have to upgrade that, huh?
Yeah.
Nimbus just kind of looks around and is like, are you sure this is okay? This is so much. I don't want
It's nothing. We have a lot more money still. Do not worry. This has not put our country in dire straits.
to.
That's even worse.
Okay, as long as we're not putting anyone out, I don't want anyone to go without because they wanted us to be safe.
No,
But
we had our people check it over, and then like coming waddling up the stairs is the walrus person now in like a very nice suit. Yes, I did the books. We checked
boy.
everything. This will not break the kingdom's budget.
So true. Fully unrelated to our favorite walrus, I just realized I do know how to make these, but I can't do it yet. They're level 19.
Nimbus is. I think Nimbus goes to wave at the walrus and then remembers that he doesn't recognize her because she was wearing a hat of disguise and stops. And now she has to pretend not to know this nice, sweet walrus man.
As
Lynx.
they're like talking.
Stiffens.
And he's like, yes, Royal Accountant, you may return to work, or you may go about your personal business. I know you've been searching for some people. Yes, I'll head out. And then they waddle along.
Waddle, waddle.
Annie waddled away.
Waddle, waddle.
Apologize, he's been very busy. There was a group of people who helped him out at their work that they've been looking for, a couple folks that they ran into. Anyway, please, thank you all for your help, and you always have a home in Salagosa.
I anticipate my return. And I think Nim makes a point to go and hug, like specifically Lavania and Abigail before she leaves.
Oh yeah.
They're holding hands, the two of them.
Oh, I'm assuming all of Desna's hope was kind of moved into the castle.
Yeah.
Hopefully the parts were cheeried up a little bit before the
Whatever-
children moved in.
Whatever happened to like the actual building itself of
Oh, it
Desmosol?
burnt down mysteriously.
That's a little sad, but also probably for the best. But anyway, I
People
think
swear
that's-
they heard a menacing laughter as it did. It's like a whole horror movie. The horror movie orphanage burnt down.
Huh. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna hug the orphans and make sure they know that if they ever need absolutely anything, to please call upon Nimbus Evangeline Amalthea Saint Altair.
The younger ones won't remember your full name, but they get. Yeah. And as you all board the airship and began making your way north towards Lionburg, we are going to jump to one more scene. The head of the League of Amazing Adventurers finds themselves at their ancillary offices after freeing Lionburg from the dragon that took it over, with the help of the members of the League that were still in the city. Now, head Amazing Adventurer Chip sits at a desk basically going over battle plans and scouting reports for each of the different regions of Lutania. Chip, why don't you describe some of the changes that's happened to Chip over the last few months?
As Chip is sitting down with his paperwork and his reports, he brings out from a bag he has with him a somewhat worse for wear tea service. The saucer has a few chips in it. The teacup itself appears to be burnt on one side, but he also has a few things he's rigged up. He now has a compressed water heating thing that will make hot water really quickly. Some tiny pellets that are in fact like super compressed tea bags and are much easier to carry. So it's like astronaut tea. He can just make it really fast. But he catches a glimpse of himself in a broken mirror on the other side of the room. A monocle of his, unfortunately, seems to now be slightly embedded in his face. He's got like that, Coke bottle monocle thing that Penguin had in one of the Batman video games. And one of his hands is now a prosthetic.
Oh.
A very fancy looking one. He engineered it himself, and it can actually kind of reconfigure itself into his healing gauntlet.
I was gonna say this feels like an upgraded version of the needle glove.
I
But
mean,
a downgraded version of a hand.
yes. But, Chip has very much lived the philosophy that he will not ask, unless absolutely necessary, any of his subordinates to undertake a task that he wouldn't be willing to do himself. And that has, unfortunately, blown up in his face sometimes. But
So true.
he has held firm, and he believes in the people that he works with and in their cause.
And as Chip is doing that look around, the door to their office opens without any knocking on it. It just opens up, and
Chip's pepper box is immediately in his hand, and he just casually is pointing at the door.
Oh, sorry, Professor. I know I didn't knock, but I need to give you the report. And standing
What's the
there,
password?
what was it? Pocket caramel.
Okay, you're not a doppelganger. That's fine then.
And walking into the room is Ascendancy.
How are you, my boy? How are you?
Doing well, Professor. Taking now a better look at them, Ascendancy has joined you on many of these missions. And
He's a
though
good
they're
boy.
no longer a skilled mage, they are still a skilled fighter with a new host of abilities. However, like you, they've suffered some battle damage. That being that they only have one horn now.
Dan, is it the one with or without the gold vein in it that was added
It's the one
after
with
the
the golden name.
inveiglement. That's the one that he still has?
Yeah.
Oh. He lost the good one.
He did. And they're also looking a little bit grizzled now.
Tom, have some tea. It's a new blend.
We've been working very hard on those. And they
In
take a sip.
stolen moments.
Alright, well, I should get on with the report.
Yes.
The dragons have each seemed to fully have settled down now. Each one of them have made themselves a home in one of the major cities of Lutania. Fully established themselves. Dalros, Namsla, and Brighthall still remain captured, but we have fighters there who are keeping a hold, and we're getting civilians out, and people are coming here in droves.
Nutania wasn't built in a day, nor it will be saved in a day.
Exactly. We have a little bit of intel on the dragons that have taken each of the cities.
Well,
The most troubling, in my opinion, is Brighthall, so I'll save that one for last. The city of Delros, from civilians that have made it up here, has told us that they've been taken over by a dragon that has many different colored scales. It appears to have access to the full elemental array that many dragons normally only have access to one. A rainbow-scaled dragon.
were it not intent on enacting tyranny upon our lands, I would find that fascinating to study.
Well, perhaps we can study its corpse.
We can only dream.
Namsla, unfortunately, we haven't had much info from there, so I don't know the type of dragon, but I know it's very old. And then, of course, there is Brighthall.
Yes.
Brighthall is worrisome to me because the dragon here is the one that appeared during the ceremony.
I remember it well.
That white dragon that had gained... Well, they're more than just that dragon. Apparently, that dragon has certain skills in the arcane arts. As it's flying around, it's made its hoard, and it's begun essentially wearing what it wore in Trelladar, I would assume, and it has a set of black robes. People have been saying that the dead have been making their way through the streets of Brighthall as soldiers for them.
Necromantic white dragon. Well, that does pose a unique challenge.
Other than that, we've been holding off the assault. The Newt and Drake warriors have been hard on the city's defenses, but we've been able to defend it. I've gotten word to the other outfits of the League across the world, but none can really get help here in time. And
It's disappointing, but not entirely unexpected.
And the New World Expedition has yet to respond to me at all. But that's the report, sir.
Thank you, my boy. I know things may look grim in regards to the scale of the threats we face, but any problem, when dissembled down to a small enough pieces, can be tackled. We simply have to find the right avenue in which to attack.
Ascendancy points to a spyglass in the corner of your room. Does it have any more charges left today, sir?
I think so.
Alright, then I'll use that as the exit and I'll get back to work. And Ascendancy walks over to the spyglass and adjusts it on its stand, takes a look through it, and then they disappear. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. So everyone, thank you so much for coming to tonight's episode of League of Amazing Adventurers. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel, and to come and join us next week as we begin the Lutania arc to free Lutania from their dragon oppressors. And oh boy, do I have some really cool custom dragons made for it.
I'm horrified.
In
I
case
look-
y'all haven't noticed by all of the loot we've been getting, I think these are going to be dangerous fights.
I mean, y'all are in the end game. You're probably going to be level 19 by the end of this arc.
Wait, did someone see Endgame? I love Marvel.
I
Alright,
love
but thank you all
Riverdale.
so much for coming.
I love
Evandale's on, and we haven't raided them for a while, so they're playing.
No,
something-
Riverdale.
No, Riverdale.
We're going to go and give them a raid. But don't forget to check out our other shows, and we'll see you all on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Have a good night, everyone.
Like
Bye.
Riverdale.
Out in 3,
Riverdale.
2.